Hello and welcome to this course titled Ethical Hacker and Network Defense. My name is Jorge Gonzalez and I will be your instructor for this course. As part of this first video, I will explain the prerequisites for this course, give you a course introduction and overview of the content we will cover as part of our course map, set some expectations about the time you require to invest to get the most out of this training, and give you some insight on how you can apply the knowledge gained in this class for your career in the technology and cybersecurity industries. Before we get started, it is important that you understand the prerequisites for this course. First, I created this course with the expectation that you already know a few things. You should have computer systems knowledge, an understanding of basic computer networking concepts, examples, what a network is and how a network functions. Understand IP addressing, subnetting, TCP/IP protocols, ports, and sockets, as well as basic knowledge of Linux and Python. However, do not worry, because we will spend some time at the beginning of the course reviewing the basic knowledge required as a refresher on the topics of networking, Linux, and Python. Without waiting any further, let us get into the course introduction. The ethical hacking and network defense is part one of a two-course series on ethical hacking and penetration testing. In this two-course series, we are going to cover very exciting topics in the areas of penetration testing and ethical hacking. All of these topics are geared towards practical experience, so you can excel in the areas of penetration testing. The topics that we will discuss are as follows: networking, Linux, Python basics. This is the chapter that we are going to dedicate as a way of refreshing some of the knowledge that you should have prior to getting into the ethical hacking concepts. Networking, Linux, and Python are very important for a penetration tester. Introduction to ethical hacking is the second topic that we will review. Footprinting and reconnaissance, scanning networks, enumeration, vulnerability analysis, system hacking, malware threats, sniffing, social engineering, and finally we are going to do a quick introduction on denial of service. These are the first topics in the two-course series on ethical hacking and penetration testing. The outcomes for this course are as follows. We will describe the ethical hacking and penetration testing concepts. You should be able to identify and describe the steps required for information gathering and vulnerability identification once we complete this first course. You will also need to identify and describe the appropriate penetration testing tools utilized during the chapters of this course. And finally, identify the social engineering elements and tools. As far as the grading for this course, I'm going to assign a 25% of your grading to the assignments that I will place on the Blackboard website for you to complete as part of the required steps that you need to complete for this course. 25% will be given to the final exam, and 50% will be given to the labs that you are going to complete throughout the course. My contact information is listed here. Again, my name is Jorge Gonzalez. Always communicate with me via the Tungsis Community College email address, which is listed here. My phone number, my office phone number is listed here. This is not my cell phone, so you will not be able to text me by using this phone number. Make sure that you utilize the email account instead of the phone number because I am not in the office on a regular basis, but the best way for you to get quick response from me is via email. Communication tools that will be used throughout the course include Office 365 email, Microsoft Teams, and I will be posting YouTube videos, and this is one of them, as part of the course content for you. However, you need to create a free YouTube account using your college email because the videos that I will be posting are going to be private YouTube videos that will only be accessible to you via your Tangsis Community College free YouTube account. The course description: in this course, you will learn fundamental vendor-independent ethical hacking and penetration testing concepts. We will discuss the fundamental building blocks that form planning and scoping, reconnaissance, and vulnerability analysis, along with high-level understanding of system hacking. This is part one of two in the series of ethical hacking and penetration testing courses. Speaking of that, let's do a high-level review of our course as far as the topics that we will be discussing. We mentioned that networking, Linux, and Python are important components of the foundation of a good ethical hacker and penetration tester. So we will cover that as our first topic. Then we are going to get into Introduction to Ethical Hacking, in which we are going to understand some of the basic concepts around cybersecurity and security in general for technology. Then we are going to do the review of footprinting and reconnaissance, scanning networks, enumeration, vulnerability analysis, system hacking, and then we are going to get into the malware threats and sniffing, and finally social engineering will be covered in full. We are going to spend a little bit of time towards the end of the course to do an introduction to denial of services. We will expand heavily on denial of services as part of the second course in ethical hacking and penetration testing that I am hoping you will be able to take with me in the very near future. We are planning on offering that course in 2022, the spring of 2022. Disclosure. So there is no affiliation to any vendor, products, or services in the content that I will be displaying for you. I do not work for any vendor or product or company that offers products or services related to ethical hacking and penetration testing. So I will not be offering any vendor endorsements either. Your instructor. So again, my name is Jorge Gonzalez. I come from the corporate environment. I am not one of those instructors that have spent their entire career in academia. So my background is in the corporate side of technology. So I have 20 years of experience in the information technology and cybersecurity industries, working for corporations with highly complex technology environments, supporting up to 120,000 employees worldwide. The last company that I was working for had technology professionals working out of Europe, Asia Pacific, North America, and Central America. My most recent professional role included the title of Chief Information Security Officer, or CISO. That is the highest rank in cybersecurity at any company. So for the company that I was working for, the highest rank of CISO was given to me, and my responsibilities included the creation of a new cybersecurity program for that particular company, and that company had presence in Europe, Asia Pacific, and the US as well. Also, I performed the responsibilities or fulfilled the responsibilities of a technology architecture director prior to being the Chief Information Security Officer. My job as your instructor is to introduce you to the course, take you to enough level of detail on each category so you can have a firm foundation and understanding of the methodology and the tools, and enough to come back and dig deeper. You must dig deeper if you want to excel in this field. So now let's talk about the course materials. Test Out and LabSim provide several features designed to help you learn and retain ethical hacking skills. Each section of the Test Out and LabSim website provides you with videos and demonstrations that teach you how to perform necessary tasks. Text lessons help reinforce the concepts taught in the videos, and interactive hands-on labs let you practice the skills you have learned. Within each section, you'll find practice questions to test your knowledge. The access to the Test Out and LabSim material is given to you for 18 months. The access that you have purchased for this course will be good enough for not only Ethical Hacking 1, which is the course that you're taking right now, but also the second course in the two-course series that I described a little bit earlier. So the access will be given to you for 18 months from the time of purchase. I will also be providing you throughout this course, perhaps not all of it at the beginning, but throughout the course, you will be getting more and more access to the Microsoft Azure Lab, which is an environment that I have set up for you in which you will be able to practice some of the knowledge that I will be teaching you throughout this course and the next one. And you will get different instances of access to the Microsoft Azure Lab. The Azure URL link will be provided to the students by your instructor, in this case myself, for the duration of the course. Now, this is something that I created myself, so you will be able to get first-hand knowledge as far as how the lab was created from the person that created the lab, so in this case myself. I will also be providing you with instructor presentations via the YouTube instructor site, and the access for that will be for about 6 months. Knowing that this will be a course that you will want to review and again and again, it is important for you to have the access for at least 6 months. One quick note, I go by the Cyber Professor, so I am also known online as the Cyber Professor, and that is why you see my logo listed here on the bottom of the slide. Next, the proposed student schedule and roadmap. So let's now talk about the proposed student schedule and time requirements for you to be successful in this course. My advice to you is to take a good look at this breakdown of time that I am estimating for you to spend reviewing the content of the course. So the weekly time commitment for ethical hacking is as follows: 5 hours per week, and this is for the summer course. 5 hours per week just reviewing the theory and the concepts, both from the instructor lectures that I will be posting for you on YouTube, as well as the lab hands-on practice that I will also be asking you to complete, and that is another 3 hours per week. So in total, the weekly time requirement that I recommend for you to spend on this course is 8 hours per week, and I have a breakdown that is only a recommendation for what I believe may be effective for you. You are more than welcome to break down those 8 hours in different ways, but for me it is a good idea for you to spend 1 hour Monday through Friday each day, 1 hour per day, Monday through Friday, and then 3 hours during the weekend, so you can do a final review or work on your labs during those 3 hours during the weekend. Certification track roadmap. So this is important because certifications are very important nowadays for IT professionals. So that is an added benefit of taking this course. We are proposing for you to complete the Ethical Hacking 1 course, which is the one that you're taking right now, then move to the next course, which is the Ethical Hacking 2 course that will be offered in the spring of 2022, in January of 2022, and then for you to prepare for your certification exams. There are 3 options that you have, because the knowledge that I will be sharing with you throughout these 2 courses will prepare you for 3 different exams. If you take the exam and you fail, you are more than welcome to prepare again. You don't have to take the courses again, just review the content and prepare again for the certification exams. And then hopefully you will get to this point, which is passing the exams and getting your certifications. So there are three certifications, as I mentioned. And remember, the purpose of this course is to allow students and IT professionals to move into the cybersecurity field. To do that, we'll cover 2 or 3 of the 5 phases of ethical hacking during this first course, and we are going to finish our review of the remaining phases, remember there are 5, during our next course. So the certifications that you will be able to prepare for, you'll have the basic understanding from these courses, and the content of these courses will prepare you for 3 different certifications in penetration testing, including the CompTIA Pen Test Plus or Penetration Testing Plus. And the information is listed as far as the website that you need to access in order to find more information regarding this certification, the exam codes that are needed in order to pass this certification. Right now, they are using the PTO 002 code for the exam that you will need to take effective October 2021. And there are about 85 questions. All the information is listed here. There are no hard prerequisites for this certification, so you may want to consider taking the CompTIA Pen Test Plus. You also have the option of taking the Ethical Hacker Pro certification, which is a very good certification as far as the hands-on portion of the preparation for the certification, and that is offered by TestOut, which is the company that you're using for your textbook. And finally, the Certified Ethical Hacker certification, which is offered by the EC Council, and the information is listed right here. It is quite expensive to take this certification, but it is worth to consider for your future. And that concludes the introduction for our course. Let me meet you again in the next portion, which is going to be the networking preparation for ethical hacking. Until then.